Hi, everybody. Welcome to AJ's and K's Yarny Tales, to our holiday get together. And hi, Angie. How are you doing? Welcome in. Um, Tonight, we're just doing a leisurely chat. Kay is here. Kaylin is here, but she had to deal with something real quick. Oh, sorry about that. I had just went over to change it to live chat, so I didn't miss any chat comments. And oops, I left it open. So welcome in, Angie, and hello, Sanja. How are you doing tonight?
Okay, I'm here. Hey,
There
y'all.
she is.
Hey, Haven. I had to get me something to drink. Got me some Dr. Pepper.
Yum. I've had Dr. Pepper in forever.
Dr. Pepper is my favorite.
So I actually don't drink pop. I drink, what is it? It's not seltzer water. I can't think of what it's called.
I don't drink
But
pop. I drink soda.
I don't drink soda either, except for ginger ale and Sprite when I have to. Sparkling water, that's what I normally drink because I'm not supposed to have a ton of the bubbles.
Ah.
Carbonation, yes, thank you.
Excuse me. I'm on my phone instead of my computer. I have all this stuff on it. I didn't want to move it, but I want to see the chat plus at the same time. And I really hope my computer still works because Garfield knocked it down the other day.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. He knows he's not supposed to be on my table, but yeah, he gets on my table. Well, it looks like it still works. So.
Okay. Well, I'm going to sit back and crochet because I got lots to do before Christmas gets here.
Oh, I hope somebody's doing fireworks and that wasn't a gunshot.
I'll try to get you close enough to where I'm not too far back. There we go. Angie Bujanda had come in and said hi, but she hasn't said anything since then. So, hello, Amby.
Hey, Amby.
Hello from my creative corner of creation. Kathy said she's going to try to be here. Yeah, but she's got her grandson, so she said it's the busy time of the evening there. Okay, so that means it's going this way.
Well, while at work, I took a trash bag out to the dumpster and I swang it like I normally do and then chunked it up. When I did, I hurt my shoulder.
When you did, you what?
I hurt my shoulder.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Amby says Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Miss Amby. It's good to see you.
Yes.
So, please let us know what's on your hook and what's in your cup. I have hot tea here, but I also have some Canada Dry because I ate pretty quickly. Because as I was telling Kaylin before we came on, um, somebody else that I belong to their Patreon was having a Zoom tonight, and it started at 7:30. So I went in for just a couple minutes to say hi to everybody because it's been months since they've done the Zoom meeting.
Try not to make anybody sick.
And I got to meet somebody from Belgium who knit as a podcast. I'm gonna have to look her up, but I forgot to write her name down, of course.
Yeah, why would you remember to do that, right?
Exactly.
All right, now I have the comments up, and y'all are here, so yay. Oh. Oh.
So what are you working on, Miss Kaylin?
The starting of a headband or ear warmer. I keep calling it a headband because that's what it looks like whenever
It's what I call it.
what's what it looks
And
like.
you know, some people when they put their patterns out, they call it headbands. Some
Yeah.
call it ear warmers and some call them headbands. So
I
I
mean,
used to think that it was because the headbands were the smaller ones.
right,
But
yeah.
no, some even call the ear warmers that keep you nice and warm headbands too.
I'm using this. That green's a little brighter than what it actually is. But it's a sweet roll.
Uh-huh.
And can you read that? Wasabi pop.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that one before. Abby says they just got home like 5 or 10 minutes ago. She said that's pretty.
Thank you.
There she is. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. I done lost count.
Welcome on in. I don't think I had told you. Sandra said that she loved your hoodie.
Oh, I know. I didn't see that.
I guess I shouldn't be trying to clean my glasses with my sleeve. It's not working.
And thank you, Sanja. I've had it for about 3 years now. I don't know. But Rugrats was my favorite Nickelodeon show when I was a kid.
It's funny because I almost got a Rugrat hoodie for my son-in-law for Christmas. But I decided to get him something nicer that he could wear to work.
Well, I remember when I first got it. Well, actually, it had been a while after I first got it. Somebody asked me where I got it from, and I was like, Walmart. And they're like, well, if you see another one, buy it, and I'll totally buy it from you. And I was like, I haven't seen it since I bought it, so I don't think you'll get it.
Now, these they had at a place called Gabe's. It was the first time we had went there.
Okay.
It's kind of like an Ollie's.
A buyout store.
It's a buyout store.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Lisa. Welcome in. I didn't realize you were going to make it tonight.
Yeah. Hi, Lisa.
Sandra says she's working on a few last minute gifts, towel toppers. Cool. I am working on connecting the squares together for Emily's blanket. Hey. It's funny though. I can still read your guys' stuff better without the glasses than with them, even when they're clean.
Whoa.
Must be just near enough because I'm farsighted. Or I'm nearsighted. I can't see things far away. Well, I'm just getting ready to start putting a new one on, so maybe I'll hold it up and show you in a bit, Sanja. But if you can't stay around, if you go back and watch some of my Vlogmases, I've shown it. I know on the last one, I showed the first strip that I finished. I'm trying not to lose my momentum that I've had going today.
Well, I went to work this morning and then I hurt my shoulder, and I'm glad that they let me go home at 3 instead of at 4. I've been babying my shoulder.
Kim Anderson says, "Hi, ladies," in chat. Lurking while working on a baby blanket. One of Kevin's coworkers had a baby boy last week. My daughters would love that hoodie as well. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Yep. Baby blanket's going to be one that, well, maybe not a blanket, but a baby cocoon after Christmas will be one of the next things on my list.
Awesome.
After I get the moose done that I'm working on.
Right.
And the taco rattle, so I can have that done. Then I can work on my stuff and not have to worry about orders anymore. Or at least crochet ones. I still have a stitch marker one to finish up. Which, Sanja, I am sorry. I completely forgot that you had those, I think, 3 stitch markers that you said that you wanted. After Christmas, I will go through them and find them. And I'll send you a message if that's fine with you.
Thank you, Sanja. I hope it does too.
Yeah, I wish I was there so I could give you a nice
I need it.
nice little massage. Keep.
Well, I have bursitis in that shoulder, and I was able to. I see. I can't lift it right now. I was able to hold it like towards me and then lift all the way up, but I still can't go out and up like that with it. But I heard, or I felt it pop, and now I can't lift it at the moment.
I'm having such a hard time on this one, figuring out which one is the top and the bottom and the sides. Okay, upside down.
What are you doing? You want to get up here?
Yeah, I was trying to put it on upside down. I already have a couple of the squares that I put on upside down. I'm like, well, she won't know.
Oh, don't show that.
She'll look at it and be like, "That's pretty, Mom. Thank you."
My cousin had a baby boy a week or 2 before Halloween. Aw.
Awesome.
Will you stop it? Don't show fancy bits, okay? You don't need to show your fancy bits.
We have a great niece or nephew coming in February, if not sooner, because it turns out that she's got that, is it preeclampsia, or is that what it's called? Or
Yeah.
But the eclampsia, and also she's borderline gestational diabetic.
Oh, wow. Amby said you're a cute kitty. Amby just doesn't know you terrorize me.
He's just telling you how much he loves you, Mama.
Yeah, I hear you. Look, yesterday he was on the back of the couch and I was petting him and he got on me and I was leaned up trying to, I was asking him what he was doing. I leaned my head. He grabbed my double chin and bit it. I don't know why, but he just bit me right there. It wasn't hard and it wasn't like holding on to me, but he bit me on my double chin.
I don't know. Bob just put our Christmas tree up tonight, so the cats are sitting here. Well, little bits asleep. Like, she helped him wrap presents earlier today, so she's just exhausted.
Oh.
She's asleep on the couch. Cleo was over walking around the presents trying to figure out if anything was hers. Come on, baby. You can come up here. Come on.
Yes, he is on Santa's naughty list. Oh. Kim says Dobby hasn't been naughty lately. That's good. And yes, no biting, Garfield.
I was watching Jackson Galaxy because, especially when we're busy,
Mm-hmm.
the cats love when I have him on. They just sit in there glued to the TV when he's on.
Yeah.
So I figured Bob was running the vacuum cleaner and stuff that agitates them. So I made sure to turn them on so their favorite person was on for them to watch. And I watched it's like 2 videos and a playlist about how to catify the house, for Christmas, for the holidays. And I am so glad that we do not have a real tree. And knowing this now with cats, I will never ever have a real tree.
Right.
But the water, if they drink the water, dogs or cats, that you put in the little
Right, to keep it alive.
and to keep it alive, it'll kill them because it has sap in it from the tree.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's like, all it would take is maybe one or 2 licks and make them sick. But he said if they sit there and actually drink it, they may not even make it to the vet.
Oh wow.
I was like, whoa. And then he was talking about the pine needles and how, and I didn't even think, I know pine needles can be prickly, but they could get the pine needles in their system and that it could poke holes in their stomach and throat and intestines.
Oh wow.
He's like, every year vets get called in, especially Christmas Eve and Christmas, for people who go down and, cut their trees down on Christmas Eve or whatever. I mean, he didn't say that, but I'm guessing maybe that's why it's higher on Christmas,
Right.
I don't know. But because cats have the needles in their system and they have to do surgery to get them out because they're stuck.
Wow.
I knew poinsettias were toxic, but he also let us know daffodils are too.
I didn't know that.
He was like, so leave daffodils outside. Don't bring them into the house. And Bob just looked at me because Emily gives me daffodils every year.
Yeah.
And like, well,
No, sir.
Tommy said it's a good thing that our cats aren't, huge on climbing, not like Halford was when we had him. So I can usually, when she brings them, I can put them up high and they don't get messed with. I do that with any flowers that come in the house because I don't know what's, going to be toxic and what's not on, if somebody sent you a bouquet with different flowers or whatever.
Can I put you down now? Are you playing with your tail? No, no, come on, come on. Don't fall me. Oh. I want to crochet. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Fine.
And another one that he said was really bad was flocking for people that flock trees.
Mm.
So,
Bye, Lisa.
night, Lisa. Glad to see you for a couple minutes.
You said what now? What did you say it was?
The flocking, when you have a flock tree.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that would, I guess, if that is, then I would think too that like the snow that the kids spray on the windows to make
Mhm.
designs, I would
Yeah.
think that would be too then, because it's basically the same stuff,
Same.
if I remember right. Or at least we used to use that to flock our tree.
Right.
Whether it was the right stuff or not, my mom didn't really care. Definitely did that backwards. I stopped to eat, so I guess I already did get out of my groove.
Well, I ate something I probably shouldn't have. Because I ate ice cream.
Oh, and you're
Lactose intolerant. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had a friend who is lactose intolerant. Although I don't know if hers may have been even more than that. She was completely allergic to milk.
Mm.
So I don't know if there's a difference between lactose intolerant and being completely allergic to it or not.
Right.
But she was always so tiny and skinny, and her mom just always said that it was because she couldn't, have dairy at all. I'm like, okay. I wouldn't think that would be the only reason, but
Right.
okay. I know she always hated it because, when we were little, they didn't have the, you okay? Bless you.
Thank you.
When we were little, they didn't have the, soy ice cream or,
Right.
almond milk ice cream and all those options like we have nowadays.
Well, somebody asked me had I ever tried the lactose free ice cream. And I was like,
Okay.
it's bad enough that I actually buy the lactose free milk for when I want cereal.
Uh-huh.
Stuff is
So have you tried the name brand Lactate?
that's what I buy.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure, but I was just asking.
Yeah.
I had heard that it had improved a lot from how it used to be, so evidently it's still bad.
Well, it doesn't taste like milk. It tastes like, I don't know, like really sweet milk is what it tastes like. But like
Right.
when you eat it with the cereal, you can't taste that it tastes any different, you know? Because I guess the sweet of the cereal cancels out the sweet of the milk.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like it.
See, I used to get soy milk and I liked it on my cereal, but I didn't like to drink it.
Yeah.
But my daughter told me because then I moved on to almond milk and I preferred the almond milk. And when I make coffee, I prefer coconut milk if I'm going to go non-dairy. But my daughter told me to try oat milk,
Oh
and
yeah.
oat milk is actually pretty good. It's creamy, just like milk is.
Yep.
And so I'm like, if I ever want one to like drink out of the glass and not be just for, cereal or something else, I would definitely go with the oat milk.
I actually found something. Hold on, I'll show it to you real quick. It's oat milk coffee creamer.
Uh-huh.
I found this the other day. I can't believe my grocery store actually carries it. So I got that for my coffee
Cool.
whenever I drink coffee because I don't always drink coffee.
Yeah, I went back to regular milk and then regular creamer because it has more protein in it, especially since I was having my surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So, Amby, did you ever say what you're working on? Or if you're working on anything? And Kathy, are you able to work on anything, or are you just too busy right now? And what did I get at Starbucks the other day? I got their gingerbread oat latte, and that was really good. I just kept it the way that they made it and had them use the oat milk instead of, changing anything out. And it was
Right.
really good. Whoa. Amby says she's not working on anything. She hasn't crocheted even one stitch in December.
Oh wow. I actually finished the three messy bun hats.
Uh-huh.
And I forgot to make a little clip on those. So I'm going to see if the girl will send me pictures of it. And
Okay, I was just going to say, did you take pictures for me?
No, I forgot.
You forgot.
Oh. And while she
That's
was,
okay.
I was telling her, I said, I have a few ear warmers made too. I said, so if anybody needs an ear warmer, they're ready to go. And she's like, well, what color are they? I said, they're Christmas colors. She said, let me see. So she actually paid for the 3 hats and bought an ear warmer.
Awesome sauce.
All right.
Sandra says, I am thinking about making gingerbread this evening. Yum.
Yum.
Yum. Kathy says, I'm doing a couple rows a day on my cocoon when I have time.
Awesome.
I told you could come up. You don't have to cry. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Everybody wants to see you. They haven't seen you in a while. Ah.
No.
I know. Mama hasn't had time to sit down and just pet you either.
No, it's not going to come back. No. No.
So, Kathy, what kind of cookies did you and the boys make today? Was it just sugar cookies? Or did you make more than that?
Impy says, how beautiful.
I can't use both hands on you, baby. Ambi called you beautiful. Yeah. My beautiful baby, huh? My beautiful baby. Sugar cookies.
Yum.
Someone just says all 3 kittens have went to sleep on the chair. You have kittens? I didn't know you had kittens. I'm gonna check.
I don't like this little heart being here. I can't see.
That's right. She said she would try to be here. Oh, Ambi doesn't like gingerbread.
I don't know what this thing is.
I like gingerbread in certain things. When I was little, I did not like gingerbread cookies at all. But as I got older, I really started liking them, especially ginger snaps. My grandpa had ginger snaps all the time, and I thought they were just yuck. Why would he eat those?
Right.
And now I'm like, ooh, I want some ginger snaps.
I think the reason I like gingerbread, like men or, the little gingerbread man cookies,
Uh-huh.
all the icing on it takes away from the ginger flavor.
Or makes it a different flavor.
Right.
Bob got me some of the gingerbread ice cream, which I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, and it's different. I've only tried a couple scoops of it so far. So I haven't quite made up my mind, but I don't think I would say no if he brought me some home again. But I don't know, if it would hit the top of my list either. Peppermint definitely will always. Peppermint ice cream this time of year, always, always, always be on the top of my list. But he got it for me to try. It has a weird consistency to it. So it's like almost like they took gingerbread cake or gingerbread and put it and mixed it into the ice cream. So you kind of have that what am I trying to say? The texture of there being like a solid that's mixed in there.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like Oreo.
Yeah, but the Oreo is different. This is like when you put cookies in ice cream, they still stay a little bit crunchy. Depending, I mean, some of it will get really soggy, but some of it will still stay a little crunchy. But when you put cake into it, all of it will get soggy.
Yeah. We have one at work because we have the like real bluebell ice cream at work,
Uh-huh.
and we have one that's got cake in it. It's called birthday cake, is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that bad. It's not too soggy.
Right. Well, see, that's what I said. It's not terrible by any means. I just wasn't expecting
Right, yeah.
that texture. I was expecting an ice cream that had flavoring and not, you know.
Right.
So yeah, and I actually think that made me like it more.
Oh,
I mean, that's just like one of the new Quest bars that I had tried. The chocolate glazed donut, I think is what it's called.
yeah.
First time I tried it, I thought I couldn't stand it. I was like, ew, I have to just eat the box because, I paid all that money for it and I will never want it again. By the third bar, I was completely hooked and loving it. So it's so funny how the first time you try something, you're like, ew, I don't know. Or, ew, I don't think I'd want that again. And then, you give it another chance. And then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, wow. Yeah, I really like that.
Right. My sister told me because my nephew had to see a nutritionalist for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But she told me that they told her it takes your body 27 times of tasting something to know whether or not that you'll actually like it.
It didn't take me 27 times of
I was
eating
like, okay,
liver to know that I don't like liver. So,
right. Well, she said that if it's something that you don't like, if you try it 27 times, you'll know for sure that you don't like it. Or something like that. I can't remember. But
or something that you're on the cusp.
right, yeah, whether or not you don't like it for real. Like you're like, I kind of like it, but I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 27 times and you'll know for sure.
I don't think I have 27 times I'll be having bowls of it out of.
Well, um, there are a few things that I will try again, because your taste buds do change. Avocado is one of them, and I still don't like it yet.
See, I don't like avocado on its own, to have like cut it and put it on a sandwich
Right.
or to just cut it and eat a chunk of avocado.
Sister does that.
Yeah, I don't like it like that. But to mix it, I love it for whatever reason. I honestly didn't think I would get an avocado after Emily moved out. And all of a sudden, when I had to go on the low carb, and she was like, avocados are really good for you, to eat
Yeah.
on a low carb diet. At first, I was going to say, ooh, but for whatever reason, my brain went to mix it with eggs. I bet that is so good. And I did deviled eggs and I would mix the yolks with the avocado and just a little bit of mayonnaise because you don't need as much with all the fat in the avocado. And it was so good. Well, now I'll make egg salad and put avocado in my egg salad. So I can eat it that way.
I tried guacamole, and I don't like that either.
Yeah, me either.
So I don't know. Just when people say avocado, I'm like, no.
But then again, I think with guacamole, it depends on how it's prepared. Because I'd had fresh avocado that, was like just prepared that day in a restaurant that I actually liked.
Right.
That I was like, no, I'm not, I don't want any of that, and they forgot, put it on it anyway. So I just went ahead and scraped it off and ended up loving it and ate like every bite. So, but guacamole out of a jar, no way.
Well, my mom made it. I've tried it from the Mexican restaurant. I've tried. Just don't like it.
I think ours was like made. Oh, I can't even remember where I was at. I think it was when I was in Utah for a convention. They made it right at the side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And this wasn't the time I was thinking about a minute ago, but this night too, everybody was like, "Here, try it," and I was like, "Oh no, I already know I don't like guacamole." And my friend Valerie was like, "No, you have to try it. If you've never had it this way, you have to try it." And I did. I liked it.
You
So,
liked it when Emily made it, right?
oh yeah, and Emily made it, really well too. So I think it just depends on what's in it. And for me, if it has cilantro in it, forget it. Anything with cilantro, ugh.
I love cilantro.
See, and they say people either love it or can't stand it, and it tastes like soap to me.
Mm.
So it either tastes really good for somebody or it tastes like soap. And for me, it tastes like soap. Okay. Ambi says, I love avocado. I love it on a sandwich. I also like to eat it with tortilla chips and a ton of black pepper. Okay. Sanji says, love avocado. I will try the deviled eggs. Ambi says, I love guacamole. Kathy says, I love avocado. Ambi says, I hate it. I'm not sure what she says I hate.
Cilantro.
It's hot to me. Okay. Yeah, and I think it was kind of hot to me too, but I never really understood the taste until somebody was debating it on a YouTube channel or something, and they were like, the statistic says that people either love it, and for those who hate it, that it tastes like soap. And I was like, you know what? It did. It truly tasted like soap.
Mama used to put, she would mix together onions, tomatoes, cilantro, and jalapenos. And that is pique de gallo. And I would always pick around the tomatoes.
Now
That is really good with corn chips.
you saying that tells me why I don't like pico de gallo.
It's because that's cilantro in it.
I have tried it and tried it and tried it, and I keep looking at it thinking I should like you because I like everything in you. I never knew it had cilantro in it.
That's why. See, she would make. Sometimes she would put avocado in it. Whenever she did that, I wouldn't eat it at all because I don't like avocado. But she caught on to it, and she stopped putting the avocado in it. And she would just mash up the avocado and put her a couple of spoonfuls in that and mix it up and have her own. But I like it.
Angie Bajanda says, I love avocados. I haven't tried deviled eggs. Want to try. How can I make it? You basically make it like however you make deviled eggs. Just don't put as much mayonnaise in there. The first time I made it with the same amount of mayonnaise, and
It was super runny, wasn't it?
yes. So now I put the avocado in first. I mush it with the
bean masher.
no, I can't. My brain just the egg
Yolk.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Think of yolk. I'm thinking the yellow egg. I mix the egg yolk with the avocado first, and then I will add just sometimes not even a half a teaspoon of mayonnaise to it, but it all depends. Sometimes I need a teaspoon, sometimes I need a teaspoon and a half.
Yeah.
It depends on the avocado.
Yeah.
So,
The oil of the avocado.
uh-huh. But I love it. I took it to Thanksgiving, and that was when I had made it the same because I made the base up first because I was making regular deviled eggs and the avocado ones. So I made the base and filled the regular ones first, and then I added avocado to the rest.
Do you put paprika on top too? Still?
No,
No.
I don't. I never put paprika on top.
Oh, girl.
My dad doesn't like it, so
Oh.
I've grown up without it. So
Well, I mean,
I never think to do it until I have it somewhere else where people have put the paprika on top.
right.
I mean, I guess when you grow up with it being made one way, that's how you're used to.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I do.
But yeah, I love it. Everybody who tried it, because a lot of people put their nose up to the avocado ones when I took it to Thanksgiving. But a couple people did actually try it, and when they tried it, they were like, "Wow!" They like, I didn't expect to like that, but that was so good. So oh, I guess I didn't take it off. I'm like, I just took off a stitch marker and lost it, but no, it was still there. Amby says, I love tomatoes, one of my favorite foods ever.
No. Put it in some chili or a stew or whatever. I'll eat it. Put it in ketchup. I'll eat it. But give it to me raw. I will not eat it.
I grew up exactly like that, but my dad loves raw tomato. Everybody in my family does. And they would always make BLTs. And when I was younger, I would just have an LT.
I will just have a BL.
Well, no, not an LT, yeah, a BL. That's what I had. But then as I got older, I went ahead and I tried it and I loved it. But then it was like I would only eat it fresh on a BLT.
Right.
And then I would gradually, I went to, I loved it in my salads and, to where now I could actually take and, eat tomatoes, slice a tomato and eat it. But my favorite are the grape tomatoes because those actually have a sweetness to them. I don't like cherry tomatoes because I don't like how they pop in your mouth.
That just sounds.
I don't like that feeling. But the cherry tomatoes are smaller and they don't have all the seeds in them, so they don't have the same feeling as the cherry tomatoes do.
No.
Amby says the best thing ever is a fresh ripe tomato from the garden sandwich. Yep.
Heard that garden tomatoes taste better than the ones that you buy at the store.
Yes, they do.
I had a tomato plant one time and it died. So I don't know if I would like a homegrown tomato for real.
Well, do you have like a farmer's market or anything like that?
No.
I'm sure you would have to down there.
I live in BFE, okay?
Which is why I would think that you would have them, because here in BFE there's farmer stands, there's people who have tractors on the side of the road who sell corn.
Well, people that put their trucks out, but they don't have tomatoes. They have things like greens and watermelons. They never do their tomatoes.
Okay.
Now, a tomato one time that my friend said her mother grew. I'd actually just forgot about that until just now, whenever I was thinking, yes, you have. But I was like, it still tasted like a tomato. But like somebody said that if you grew it yourself, you might like it better. or something like that. I was
Well,
like,
yeah, because you took the time to grow it yourself.
I don't think so.
I kind of lost that too. Moved all this stuff around, so. Oh, can't find my sewing needles.
Oh no.
Meow. I know, they got to be here. I've been using it all day. I know, Kalua. Tell me. Go ahead and tell me. I hear you, girly girl. Got to be here, but I also cleaned up over here too.
Don't you hate when that happens? You leave it there forever and you know you need to put it up and you finally put it up and you can't remember where you put it up at.
Well, I had everything right over here, but then I cleaned my stack off when I took my short break, and I thought I left everything. I found my scissors, which had been with them.
Ow.
As far as I know, I could have put them on my lap, and I stood up earlier today and everything fell down. Well, anyway, I may be out of the picture here for a second while I look for it. Down there. Black leather pouch. Haha. Yep, it went underneath my notebook. Okay, yeah, that one's got everything now. Got everything.
What Christmas food do you like and what do you not like? Just curious. Oh, I don't like cranberry sauce either, Andy. Cranberry sauce is not mine.
I don't like cranberry sauce either, but for us, that's a Thanksgiving food.
Well, we have dressing at Christmas too. But for this Christmas, my sister, she invited me over to her house and she's going to do hamburgers. So we're not having a traditional Christmas dinner. We're just going to have supper together, basically.
I haven't had a traditional Christmas dinner. Oh, and I had the needle actually here. And anyway, I haven't had an actual traditional Christmas dinner since I was little. When we
Right.
used to go between grandparents' houses because my grandma would make it. But then for us too, we never had a quote what other people would call traditional.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother, on my dad's side, she made fried chicken, and that was our Christmas meal.
Yeah, fried chicken. I think we either did chicken or ham.
Yeah, we did fried chicken, mashed potatoes,
Spaghetti.
the whole, 9 yards, whatever. She did a couple different veggies and stuff. Now, on my mom's side of the family, we actually went to her sister's house, my Aunt Toots,
Mm-hmm.
and she made spaghetti,
Oh, yummy.
her homemade spaghetti sauce.
I love spaghetti.
So, and that was every year. She made her sauce every year for Christmas. So, yeah, I never had what was considered, the traditional, and she had sausage
Oh, yummy.
too. So,
I love sausage.
Yeah, but my grandma, my dad's mom, she got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning because she baked at least 13 to 15 homemade pies.
Oh, wow.
Lemon and cherry. And she had 5 boys, so she had to make sure that each got to take home one of each, and plus the ones that we had to cut into.
Do you want to be on camera? You don't know.
Does he think that says yes or no when he does that?
No, he's saying I don't know is what he's saying.
Oh.
I'm gonna shut up, but sure.
It sounded like the noise that Emily used to make and I'd have to always say, okay, so what does that mean? Yes or no?
Right. Get the tortillas out.
Which ones?
Whichever.
Abby says that sounds like her aunt. She makes a lot of pies.
Mm.
Just said, okay, never heard of fried chicken or spaghetti for Christmas, but still sounds good. Sandra says turkey and ham plus all the fixings. She said, had also said, I will eat or at least try most things.
I'm the same way. Most things. I will not try oysters though. Just saying.
And I'm just saying, if you ever had stuffing and oyster stuffing, you would not even know that you were eating oysters.
Oh. Okay. Never try to like slide that in on me. Just saying.
I'm just saying, if you ever have it somewhere, you will not know. You will not know that you are eating oyster stuffing. You will just know that what you're eating tastes good because it doesn't taste slimy. I didn't know the first time that I had stuffing that Bob made, or I don't know if it was he made it or his mom made it, that it was oyster stuffing until they told me afterwards.
They just look disgusting.
And I love it. I can't look at it and I can't be around when he pulverizes it. But when he actually puts it into the stuffing, it doesn't smell like that.
Right.
Oh no. I mean, I was watching an interview between 2 women from my one soap opera that I watch. And they were talking about their favorite foods and appetizers. And they're both like raw oysters is their favorite. And I'm like, ugh. So yeah, I get the heebie-jeebies from oysters too. But I can't say I would never eat oysters. I would never eat raw oysters. But I will eat oyster stuffing.
Well, all I know is the first time someone ate oysters in front of me, they're like, "You want one?"
Ooh.
And I looked over at it and I said, "No, thank you." No, thank you.
Yeah. Abby says we usually have turkey and ham and a chicken for my uncle, who is the pickiest eater in the entire universe.
Aiden,
All the fixing.
I bet you in a race, Aiden could outpicky your pickiest uncle.
Sandra says my husband did not know his mom used oysters in the stuffing until I told him a few months ago. LOL. See, you can't tell that it's in there. Kim says, Ambi, yes, sliced tomato sandwich. You all are making me hungry, but no guacamole, no avocado. Otherwise, I eat almost anything. Abby says we only make cornbread dressing. My sister and my dad like raw oysters.
Mm-mm. I can't.
Now, you see, I grew up, whenever my mom made dinner with stuffing, I grew up on stovetop stuffing.
See,
Now, my grandma made cornbread stuffing, I think.
cornbread stuffing is better. So much better. So much.
But no, I'm telling you, because cornbread stuffing is dry. Oyster stuffing is so moist and tastes so good.
Mine's not dry. My dressing's not dry.
Okay. Well, all I say is yes, raw oysters, nasty. But if you ever have stuffing with oysters in it, you won't even know they're there. Like Sandra just said, her husband had it and it's probably been having it for years and didn't even know. Abby says, growing up, my uncle only ate Cheerios and McDonald's French fries.
Wow.
Well, sounds like you're, I don't know,
He might be malnourished. Malnourished. Yes, that word.
Yeah. We always taught Emily that as long as she tried everything once, if she didn't like it, she didn't have to eat it.
Mm-hmm. So like the first time that I ever had eggs mixed with my grits, or grits mixed with my eggs, however you want to say that, I ate it. I don't know why, but it actually looked good. And I liked it, and I told Mama that, and she told me that she was so proud of me that I tasted it and liked it before I even said I didn't like it.
Wonder where Aiden gets it from.
But the first time I ever tried grits without sugar in it and salt and pepper in it, I liked it better. And then when I tried cheese grits for the first time, I liked those even better.
Abby said he eats more now.
Oh, good.
That wasn't putting up with that pickiness. She says, but he doesn't eat much. Now, I know for our family with different holidays, well, even Christmas, my mom always did Christmas Eve. Now, for Christmas Eve, my favorite thing and what I associate with Christmas is roast beef.
Oh, yeah.
Because my mom would always make a platter for anybody who wanted to make a sandwich. And she'd have turkey and chicken and roast beef. But then she always had sausage, sometimes ham. And I do not do sausage and ham. Ever, never, ever. Well, sausage, ever, never, ever, unless it's, sausage links for breakfast. And that's usually the maple flavored ones that isn't really truly good sausage for you. Although I guess I'm getting into liking the sausage patties more and more now. But ham, I can do a ham sandwich maybe once every couple of years, but I don't like ham either. And then it's got to be shaved ham sandwiches. I don't like, the cut ham. So I would always have to find something else to eat when we got home after Easter dinner, and stuff like that. Oh, and the other thing that my mom always made for Christmas Eve was she had a fondue pot and she made this pizza fondue sauce that I loved. But then she stopped making that and started making the barbecue sauce that everybody likes to make with the grape jelly and the hot sauce. And yeah, I'd rather have my pizza fondue sauce. Ambi says she's never had sugar in her grits.
It's not the greatest, to be honest. I remember liking it when I was a kid because I love sweets. I still do, but it's not the greatest, honestly.
Ambi says my mom's not crazy about sausage, or it's not crazy about her. Well, I think that was part of the problem for me, with not knowing that I had issues, that we didn't know that I had the birth effect that I had with my pancreas.
Right.
So I think sausage has never been kind to me, and I think that that's more of the reason why. And ham hasn't either, and I think that's why I will crave a shaved ham sandwich, but it's only like every other year or something like that.
Right. I will say this though, patty sausage gives me heartburn faster than the link sausage will.
Mm-hmm.
But I get the Polska sausage is what I get. That's my favorite. And but it will give me heartburn, but it just takes it a while. So it's more like indigestion than it is heartburn. But like immediately whenever I take a bite of patty sausage, I get heartburn.
Abby says my mom makes sausage in the crock pot overnight using smoked sausage.
Yeah.
Sandra says I use butter, sweetened condensed milk, and raisins for rice pudding.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
My grandma made it that way every once in a while. I like regular rice pudding that's not too sweet. When I was younger, I wouldn't eat rice pudding at all. For somebody who liked sweets, I didn't like how sweet it was, because my aunt always had it with the sweetened condensed milk and the raisins, and I just didn't like it. It was too sweet for me.
Sorry, y'all. I'm warming up some tortillas for Aiden.
Oh, you're fine. You know what? I guess we did have some formal Christmas dinners, didn't we? Over the last 10 years or so. My mom would make prime rib.
Yummy.
Prime rib, baked potatoes,
Lasagna.
or we would do lasagna. So for Christmas, if we did a big meal, we just looked at it as, what's people's, favorite things, or what do they want to make. And I guess it was prime rib and lasagna, because my dad wouldn't eat prime rib. It's not cooked enough for him. Which is surprising, because he likes rare steak.
So did we just go out until then? Well,
All the way done.
Oh. Well, she also made both. Because I think Donnie didn't like it either.
okay.
Well, it depends. There was once that she did just the prime rib, once that she did just lasagna, and then I can remember a time when she did both. Kathy says she makes prime rib for New Year's.
Oh.
Ampy says my mom makes the sauce for sausages with ketchup, mustard, brown sugar, and onions. Okay.
That actually sounds. Oh, excuse me.
I wouldn't say growing up for New Year's, more often than not, we just have pizza. Because my parents usually went out to some dinner dancing thing every year.
Maybe I'll be out for a while now.
So they just get a pizza for my brother and I. Or as a pre-appetizer for my dad. In case he didn't like anything that they were serving. I'm going to talk about picking. My dad is the true meat and potatoes man.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't like seafood at all. Oh, no, take that back.
Salmon
He'll eat salmon patties. He'll eat fried perch.
Oh, I love salmon patties.
But he won't eat like going to a seafood restaurant. Like he doesn't like taking my mom to Red Lobster, which is her favorite place. Because he says they don't have anything that he likes. Because
Oh,
he wants the fried, greasy stuff. The breaded fried
right.
stuff.
My dad loves food.
No, he loves schmelt. We used to have schmelt dinners.
I don't like how these colors are turning out in this head or this whatever I'm making. So I think I might make something else.
How's it turning out?
I don't know. It just the green is so much brighter on the screen. Let me look and see how it comes up over here. Oh yes, it's way brighter. That looks like a lime green, and it's not. The green's not that lime, but the next color is brown. I just don't like how it's looking. Maybe I got two
What
of them.
about, do you like the rest of the colors?
Well, yeah, I like the rest of the colors. I like the color in it, but I don't think it'll look good as a headband. Is what I'm trying to say. Or
Right. If you have any scraps, maybe you can use up some scraps for a headband.
I think I will. I just was thinking it would make a pretty headband, but now that I see it, I don't like it.
Well, you know what happens to us all the time.
I know it. My shoulder. Every time I lift it, it hurts. Now I gotta find something else to crochet.
You might want to ice it.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Might help take some of the pain away and some of the stiffness. Actually, I should say you do want to ice it, not might want to.
Yeah.
And don't use heat because even though it may feel better for a minute or two, it'll get much worse after that.
Yeah. Heat makes swelling worse. I know.
Tylenol
Right.
for inflammation.
Get off my table, sir.
Yeah, Bob says Tylenol for inflammation.
Yeah, I don't like Tylenol. I don't like pain medicine, period. Don't play with that. Get down off my table.
Where did I last leave off? Amby says we do greens and black-eyed peas. I think it is for New Year's Day. Amby also said my dad loves food. And Amby says it's where I get it from. And then Sanjay said you need another color in between to transition into the brown, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think so too. It just doesn't. I don't like it. If
Now
it's
I
first and then the green, I might like it better. Maybe it look like a tree more, something like that.
mhm.
I just don't. It's not liking it.
Or even if you had another, like she's saying, one of the other colors with it.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite. I don't even. I was gonna say I think one of my favorite, but I know one of my favorite meals of the year is New Year's Day because Bob will make stuffed cabbage and it is so good.
Hmm.
My aunt used to make it all the time for New Year's. And I used to think growing up, well, and at the time, my aunt's was the best stuffed cabbage I had ever had.
Hmm.
But she's got competition with Bob because his are so good. It almost tastes equal to hers. And I actually think his is more on the number one side than hers. She doesn't make it anymore, so
She passed away.
no, she didn't. My Aunt Deanna's not passed.
Oh, I thought it was Aunt Toots that made it.
No, Aunt Deanna. But you know it's good because my mom loves it too. Every year, is Bob gonna make stuffed cabbage? Because that's something that my dad won't eat.
Yeah. For me to get cabbage and all that stuff, I have to go to somebody else's house and let them fix it because if I fix it here, I'll waste it because I'm the only one that's going to eat it.
You can bring it.
Like, whenever I lived with my sister, I could make it there and wouldn't waste it because everybody ate it except for Aiden. So it was more than just me trying to eat it up.
Right. Well, like Bob just said, especially if you wanted to make a batch of, cabbage rolls or something, you can always freeze them.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Put them in a container with, one
Yeah.
or two,
I could do that.
and you'd have so many meals.
Yeah, but my freezer right now
Right. I get it.
is not
You don't
used
even have to say it. I get it.
because it's stuffed full.
Yeah, so was ours.
Yeah, so is ours. Ours is full to the brim. And we've always only had the freezer that's with the refrigerator. I grew up we had
The deep freeze.
one big chest freezer, but we also had a second refrigerator down in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
So we'd have two freezers that go with, the side by side refrigerator, and then we'd have the big, huge chest freezer too.
Yeah, my deep freeze is at my sister's house. I don't have any room for it here.
Well, you could always take it over there and put it in
Well-
there and go over and pick it up and say, okay, I'm going to come over and pick up my dinner.
Right.
My mom actually did that with my grandma before. Put stuff in her freezer when she didn't have enough room. And I'm like, how can you not have enough room with all those freezers?
Right, yeah.
Although they don't have a chest freezer anymore, do they?
It's got a chest.
Oh, they've got a smaller freezer.
No. They have a stand-up one.
Oh, that's right.
As big as the refrigerator.
They do have another freezer. They have a stand-up one now. That looks just like a refrigerator, but it's
Yeah, I've seen those.
a stand-up freezer. I forgot about that.
Amber says she's never had stuffed cabbage, but she loves cabbage. I don't think I've had it either, but it just seems.
Oh, Ambi, stuffed cabbage is so good. So good. You cook the cabbage first, right? And then
You steam it.
you steam it. You
Oh.
steam it so that you can get the leaves off of it
Mhm.
individually. And then he makes the filling with hamburger meat
Oh, I think
and rice
okay. I have heard of that. I've never
and
had.
eggs and breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else?
Oh, your seasonings and stuff.
Seasonings in that?
Oh
But
yes,
You
boiled and fried cabbage is yummy.
you shape them
Yeah.
into like a log then and wrap the cabbage around it and put it in a baker's thing to bake, a casserole dish to bake, and pour um, tomato sauce all over it.
Tomato juice.
Juice, not sauce, sorry. Once it cooks, it's more like a sauce. Amby says that's what we have on our back porch. And I love boiled cabbage and fried cabbage.
And Kaluski noodles with fried cabbage. Mix them together.
Bob says he likes the Klusky noodles with fried cabbage and mix it together.
Anybody want a cat? Yeah, can have Garfield.
I haven't had fried cabbage in a while. I know Bob did not too long ago. Now, I really like Bob found, and him and Emily used to make when she was still living here, a cabbage soup.
Oh,
Didn't you have a cabbage soup and then
I've never made cabbage soup.
for you and Emily once she decided she was going to go vegan, found a cabbage soup.
No, your mom would make vegetable soup with cabbage in it.
Yeah, I know my mom did that.
no, I haven't made any.
Well, then maybe Emily found a cabbage soup. Somebody found a cabbage soup because I liked it.
You can have some of my daughter.
You made
I made
stuffed cabbage.
yeah, I made a stuffed cabbage soup and that was good. And I think Emily took that and just didn't put the meat in it.
You know, she was gonna try that pumpkin soup that Trader Joe's had. I meant to ask her if they did. She said they eat lots of soups.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, you know Trader Joe's has all kinds. She said, no, I didn't know that. I said, you should go try it. And then I told her about that. She goes, I would like pumpkin. I said, I could not. I said, it didn't even sound good to me. But
Yeah, I got a squash soup once to try it, a butternut squash, and it sat in the back forever because I just kept looking at it thinking, well, that kind of looks good, but I don't know, not tonight. And then I ended up having to toss it. But pumpkin soup doesn't sound good to me at all. But Emily is a pumpkin lover, so
Yeah.
she got me turned on to pumpkin spice because I never really liked it before. I'm not a true pumpkin spice, lover who's like, ooh, I can't wait for fall to have pumpkin spice. But
my mom would cook the pumpkin down. And
I
make-
don't
make
dislike it
pumpkin pie
anymore.
out of it.
Yeah, my mom made pumpkin pie that way too.
I have some pumpkin in the freezer that my coworker did her pumpkin and brought it to me. I just haven't made a pumpkin pie with it yet.
Amby says I got stuff to make vegetable beef soup.
Oh, that's-
Bob made beef and noodles yesterday and tonight, and oh, they're so good.
She wanted to know if that stuffed cabbage was like a stuffed bell pepper.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love stuffed bell peppers. I might like stuffed.
Same ingredients, just pepper, cabbage instead of pepper.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hear you.
Fluff, fluff.
Mm-hmm.
It's so faint. I don't. It's not loud like it usually is.
Because he's hungry, probably.
He's going to feed the cats outside because the one gets on top of the shelter and just taps his foot against it. Or when he itches, he goes, you hear thump, 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 thump. Bob's like, we should call him Thumper. And I'm like, you should be sleeping here at night. I mean, I'm literally in a deep sleep and I get this thump, 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 and it startles me awake.
Right.
Okay, Amby. Well, thank you for coming. It was
Bye,
so
Amby.
great to see you. Oh, she had said my Nana used to make stuffed peppers. I loved it.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you for coming in. I miss you guys so much.
Yes. Garfield, stop.
She says, y'all have a good rest of the live. I guess we've been on here an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'd said I figured we'd probably go an hour, hour and a half. So
Right.
we're going to be leaving here soon, too. I get to doing this and I don't realize the time.
Right.
Because I keep trying to get faster. And I mean, a lot faster than the first one I did. But I definitely know the next time I do something with mixed squares that I have got to put a border around them.
Have a Merry Christmas, you too, Amby.
What do you mean? What about you? Mama get yours.
I'll take care of you when the live's over. It's their tea time.
Yeah.
If you haven't left already, you have a Merry Christmas too, Amby. I didn't even mention this was like my birthday celebration too.
Oh, yeah.
I meant to say that earlier. Oops.
Oops.
I got part of my birthday gift from Bob early.
Oh, fancy.
And I was so excited.
Garfield. Hush.
He got me clear storage containers to put on the metal shelf that he got me a couple months ago to put my yarn on, but he got me the clear containers so I could put yarn in it and see what's, in it.
Right.
And I don't have to worry about everything falling over, or whatever.
Awesomeness.
And being able to, carry it in here. Like if I'm working on something, I could bring the whole bin in here to work on it. I was like, yay.
Right.
Thank you, Sanja. It's not my birthday yet, but thank you. But I knew there's no way that we could come on and celebrate my birthday on my birthday. So
Right.
we're all going to be busy.
I work every morning this week, except for yesterday. I worked last night. But I work every morning this week, and we're closed on Sunday. So, and we're already closed on Monday. So we're actually closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas this year.
So you're closed on my birthday, too.
Mm-hmm.
think I did a live once on Christmas Eve. That or it was Christmas Day when I think it may have been a Christmas Day when Bob had to go to work.
Don't start that yawning now. That's not cool.
So before I sew that in, I will sit up and I can show you a couple of the rows that I've done. But right now they're just individual because I'm putting them together vertically and then I'll do the whole long horizontal once I get each of the strips done. A chair to move up.
See, you thought you'd drive no more.
Okay. This is the one that I did earlier today.
They're pretty. I like those colors.
Yep. It's got black and then 4 shades of gray because I have the 3 shades that are with the black in the squares, and then I have another shade that I put it together with.
Get off my table. That's pretty. I like it.
Thank you.
Garfield will not stay off my table.
Thank you, Miss Kathy. I'm trying to make sure I have this done. I got wrapping to do too.
You know how to rap? I don't rap. I don't rap. Just kidding.
Bob got all his done today. Most years he actually does some of mine too for me. But this year he's like, nope, you got to do your own.
Oh.
She knows I will.
Yeah, I know he will. When it gets down to it, if I'm still on the crunch with this blanket, he'll do it. I just plan on, like tomorrow to break up in between working on this. I can stop and wrap a thing or two.
Right.
I was going to today, but at the point in time when I was thinking of doing it, he was in here and moving things around and cleaning, and I wasn't going to disturb him to try and get to the
tree.
Yeah, putting up the tree. He went to put up the tree and it was burnt out, so then he had to go buy one.
Oh.
And he found my grandma's ceramic tree, and we've got that up and lit.
Oh, that's cute.
So pretty. I see there must be a spot where one of them's the peg must have fallen out.
Broke off because they were glued up.
We have one of those at work.
Mm-hmm. This is just a small one. We had a couple big ones that we got at auction, but they must have broke. But he was like, see, I set up your grandma's tree. I was like, I couldn't remember because she had a big one and the small one. I always forgot the small one because I think she put the small one maybe on the dresser in her bedroom, or she put it on the desk.
I would sit on the kitchen counter.
Okay. Yeah, on the kitchen counter, and she put the bigger one on the desk. Or actually, no, on the coffee table. In the middle of the coffee table.
Stop it.
But I think my mom got her a big one, which of course, my mom already had one or two of her own. So I'm sure at some point in time I'll have another big one because my mom, unless she's gotten rid of them. But right now, anything, any memory of my grandma just makes me feel better when I see it. I have a pair of her socks. I put those on the other day just because I wanted to feel near to her. It's been years since she's been gone, but I'll just keep missing her anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for anybody who is still here lurking, and Kathy and Sandra, I know that Kaylin and I would really appreciate it that if any of you guys have any ideas of what you would like to see us talk about on our lives, we would love to hear them.
Yes.
So you can always message me or message Kaylin, and we will add them to our list because we've got to start making a list of ideas for this next year.
Yes.
Because what I would love to do is like for us to have in January or something, maybe brainstorm half a year or, you know, most
Yeah.
of the year so we don't have to think of a topic every month.
Right. Yeah.
And that would be so much easier if people would let us know what they want to hear us talk about.
Yeah.
And
Anything.
we really love to do things where we have to look up the history and, find out what we can to let you guys know what we find out.
Right.
And stuff that we can do that plus find, patterns or whatever to show you a couple that would go with it. I know.
Will you stop it? Do me. Oh my gosh. That is
Okay.
come up to me. No, he keeps clawing my leg. Twice he's coming and then left.
I wonder why he's doing that. Trying to think all the Jackson Galaxy shows I've watched. It's usually a cat that has another cat in the house that acts like that.
Or a bunch outside.
Or a bunch outside.
He's cuckoo because, well, I haven't seen that cat in a couple of days now, but there was a cat that would come and sit on my porch.
Well,
And
it's still going to be there.
Yeah, if that cat happened to spray your porch, then that may be what's driving Garfield crazy.
yeah, stop. But see, look, I pick him up. Don't show your cat bits. He'll be fine. But he gets down and then he just, if I don't give him attention, he'll go crazy.
Well, another thing that works that Jackson Galaxy tells everybody to do, and I've started doing it with these two, and it wears them out, and they seem to be a lot happier since I've started doing it. Believe me, I know on days that I'm too tired to, like today, I probably won't, but I play with them with the stick with
Oh, see, yeah,
whatever's on the end.
because he hurts whenever you try to play with him. He will bite the crap out of you.
How do you play with him?
With my hand, because I don't have a toy.
No, yeah, you can't play with your hand because then they think that you're trying to, depending on how you play with them with your hand, he may think that you're trying to hurt him, even though you're not.
Yeah.
But they have natural cats, the hunt and prey.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a toy that you can dangle, it makes them do that whole go after prey and catch and try and kill it.
Who's it doing?
So, and like he says, you can make your own, even if you find a stick outside and
Put some yarn on it.
yeah, yarn or felt or feathers. Go to a Dollar Tree and get a cheapy cat toy.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be expensive.
What are you doing? Crazy cat.
But he said it fulfills that need in them, and then that calms them down
And wears them out.
and wears them out.
I need one that, cause especially for right now, cause of my shoulder. But I need one that just will let him do it all by himself.
Well, or have Aiden play with him.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Especially right before bed, and it'll make him not cry at you.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you the other night, I have trouble staying asleep for the most part. But the other night, I got up 3 times, but every time I moved, like I would wake up in between and roll over, he would either do the little chirp that, or he would meow at me. I'm like, shh, I'm trying to sleep.
Well, see, and that's the other thing. And there's no way, Bob and I both can't do this. He's like, if your cat wakes you up in the middle of the night, you're supposed to ignore it. So even if it comes up and is nice and like snuggles against you, you're not supposed to pet the cat or anything. And I'm like, sorry.
Better
If
not.
Kahlua wakes me up, I automatically pet her.
Right.
It's an automatic response.
Mhm.
So, and I mean, Bob has sat here and he'll be like chuckling to himself if I, wake up and I'm like, what? He's like, you literally pet the cat in your sleep. And I guess there were times, I don't know if I still do or not, but Kahlua loves to get under the covers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, when you start feeling her nudge with her nose, you like will pick the covers up while you're sleeping for her to go under.
Aw.
So I think I do that when I'm extremely exhausted.
Right.
But yeah, I know she got mad at me. Oh, she has not liked the fact that I'm putting this blanket together because she tried to get under the blanket while I was putting squares together. And I'm like, no, because I had squares and I had the laptop because I was watching a tutorial on how to bind them together like I am. And she wanted under that blanket so bad that she went in so hard she almost flipped the laptop off of my lap. And I was like, no, you can't do that. And anytime if another cat happens to be on me, she will try to get underneath. Bob was at work the other morning and Little Bit decided to come over and try and get my attention to pet her while Kahlua was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And because Little Bit will not come near me if Kahlua is awake and looking at her and staring her down.
Oh, wow.
And she got up here and at first she was laying on the arm of the chair. And the next thing I knew, she came over and she snuggled up against my chest and she fell asleep there while Kahlua was still sleeping. And then she moved down a little bit, but by Kahlua.
Mm-hmm.
And she fell into a deep sleep because she didn't even feel when Kahlua woke up. Kahlua woke up and she came up on the other side up on my chest and was trying to get me to pet her. And I pet her with the one hand, but she wanted both hands.
Mm-hmm.
And my other hand was lightly resting on Little Bit and I didn't want to wake her up. And so she kept bugging me. And then the next thing I know, she was putting her head under the covers because she was going to try to go under there and flip Little Bit off of my lap.
Oh, wow.
Because she knows that's what will happen when Little Bit is laying on top of the covers because she's done that in my room. because Little Bit will come up in bed with me because Kahlua is scared of something. I think it's because my bed's a little bit higher. It's a more old-fashioned one on the old-fashioned springs and that. And because Kahlua is getting older, I think she has a little bit of a harder time. And so she prefers if I'm on something that's lower.
Yeah.
And so she wouldn't even come in there and go to bed with me at night some nights. And so Little Bit got used to coming in there and laying next to me. And then Kahlua started coming in more and being in there. But Kahlua will still visit me, especially if Kahlua is, sound asleep.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's sleeping next to me and Kahlua comes up on my bed, she will try to go under the covers so that she can headbutt her from underneath the covers and get her to move. And I'm like, no, I know what you're trying to do. You are not going under that blanket.
Right.
I'm not letting you. It surprised her at first. At the first time she didn't quite know but she knows now exactly what she's doing.
Right.
And the funny thing is that when she's completely submerged under, and she's fast asleep on me, and Little Bit will come around for pets,
Mm-hmm.
when she doesn't realize that Kahlua's underneath the covers and she will accidentally walk on her,
Mm-hmm.
that is, Kahlua got me bad one of those times because Little Bit startled her so bad, and so I got clawed across the stomach.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, this is not going to happen again. I will not let you. So when she comes, I'll put my arm like around to guide her. I'm like, no, you're not going in here. Stay out here. Oh, I can just see one of these days when Kahlua burrows underneath a blanket, if it's on the floor or on the couch, and Little Bit, I'm just like, no, that would not be good.
Not at all.
Which reminds me, one of my very first projects after I'm done with Christmas and that, besides the baby stuff that I got to make, is I have to get the cat beds done that I've been wanting to make forever. But just regular cat beds. I want to make those cat couches that they have too.
Yeah.
That I got from Hobby Lobby, not this year or the year before, but 3 years ago, that really thick yarn that's like it's made out of material
Mm-hmm.
with a tube of cotton or something running through the inside.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty. It's thick and it has a print on it. I got that to make cat beds, so I need to make those. Shouldn't take too long with it being as big as it is. So, but anyway, it is 9:48. So, thank you for joining us on the live, everybody.
Yes. Thank you.
Next one will be at Kaylin's place.
Me right here.
And I'm assuming in the middle of January. So we haven't picked which week yet. So Kayla and I will discuss it and let you guys know as soon as we do. So have a very Merry Christmas.
Yes.
And a Happy New Year or Happy Holidays for those who may be celebrating. I don't remember all of them. Kwanzaa. Hanukkah.
Hanukkah's over, but yes.
Okay. Well, who celebrated Hanukkah? I guess I kind of knew that. But I know there's a couple other ones I don't remember. So, and thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you guys got some work done on your crochet like I did on mine.
Stop it.
Go and keep crocheting. Thank you so much for joining us. I love you guys. I had to spend time with my family before my birthday.
Yes.
So, because we almost said no to this month, but then we were like, no, we had to do something like this.
Yes.
Not formal, just very informal. So,
that's right. Talking amongst ourselves.
Yep. So, again, if you guys have Any ideas of what you want to see us talk about next year? Let us know. And wow, 3 tile toppers done. Woohoo.
Yes, that's awesome.
And oh, have a happy new year too. And you can always watch, both of us are doing Vlogmas, so you can catch up with both of us on Vlogmas until the new
Yeah.
year. So love you guys.
Love y'all.
Mwah. Merry Christmas. Night.